all the time the Lord is the best. Yes, so.
Best test.
So when they are still producing music.
This is Biscon TV broadcasting from Lagos, from our corporate headquarters. My name is Bisi Olatino. Let's look at the trending stories on the front pages of the newspapers for today. We'll begin with The Nation. And the very first story says, Atiku on fishing expedition. Tinubu tells U.S. court insist on reversal of order asking Chicago Varsity to release academic records to ex-vice president. Lagos state government bans street trading and hawking statewide. Orders closure of Ladipo Mushin markets. Now to the matter of the moment. Strike. Labour adamant. Shuns parley called by government. We're not in violation of any court order. NLC insists on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Tinubu Sultan, strike will cause severe hardship for masses. Confusion shrouds health condition of tourism minister Lola Adejon. Mobad, coroner begins sitting on singer's death. APC intervenes in Ondo deputy governor's impeachment saga. Court grants Ayet Datua leave to serve assembly. Demolitions. Court orders Kano government to pay shop owners 30 billion naira. Gunmen attack 31 villagers in Niger attack. And that about does it for the trending stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper for today, Saturday, the 30th day of September 2023, the very last day, and some days to our independence anniversary. 63 in the year's anniversary of our country. Now for the Punch. Tribunal decide Ogun Sokoto governorship poll petitions today. Strike may delay Atiku Obi's appeal, stall tribunal sittings. Last minute move to avert strike fails, Labour shuns federal government meeting. Labour leaders keep Bajabiamila Lalong waiting for hours. Aviation unions, bank workers, others ready for shutdown. Poor students, parents seek tuition fees reduction as Independence Day gift. How cooking gas explosion left me partially blind, Emo technician laments. Beyond Mike, inside Mobile's childhood family struggles. It would be nice to read that and to remember this young man who died in his prime. Field, Lagos shot Ladipo market, 3 others in 1 week. That's it for the Punch, straight to the point. Now the Guardian. Nigeria at 63, new voices, sound tracking change. We can see pictures of our new young lads who are making us proud in the music industry worldwide. And most of them who sang songs that would encourage us to do the right things, to be patriotic. I'm sure they chose them specially. New voices, soundtracking change. Take a look at it. Guardian Music, that's a special edition. Page 19 of today's Guardian newspapers. Still on Guardian newspapers, the Bold 5 View Cloud Bold Woman Award and Bold Future Award 2023 finalists. We can also see those who have made it to the last 5, the Bold 5 they call them. Now, the major story that is signposted on the front page of The Guardian for today: insecurity, unsettles Abuja ahead of independence anniversary. That's a very touching and very scary point to begin to ponder on. State House presidential villa wearing a new look in celebration of Nigeria's 63 independence anniversary in Abuja. Well, this we have a pictorial look of how the State House is looking, and well, I mean, we've been told at different times that it's going to be as low-keyed as possible. Well, we'll see how it goes. RTEN members take leadership course at NIPS. One thugs out of parks. That's the the transport owners and transport workers and all that. They need to be properly tutored and trained so that they know the right way to behave. And that's why they have been asked to go to NIPS. That's in Kuru Jos, in Kaduna State. Federal government, states, local government share record 1.1 trillion naira as August revenue. Page 3 is giving details of that. Well, I mean, we're talking about the losses that the nation might have suffered, especially the people, in terms of the removal of petrol subsidy. But this is the good side of it. Never in the history of the FARC allocation have we had anything as near 100, this 1.1 trillion naira. That's the biggest ever. Well, government would argue that, well, that's the good side of the removal of the petrol subsidy. But I want the government to also try and double up on making sure that we can see the palliatives more than what we're seeing now. And I think this is where there should be a strong call on the governors to do their own bit. I know that there's a time that the government itself gave 5 billion naira to all the states. And they allowed them, the discretion to do it the way they wanted, but let it be palliative induced. Get vehicles that will allay the problems of people going to work and the rest of it, and other things that will lessen the hardship on them. The government is doing its own bit. And I think the government itself needs to do a lot of work in terms of letting the world know what they're doing. Not just sitting and hoping that people will talk for you. No, you have to employ people to do the real work of, not propaganda now. These are things people can relate to. So it's simple, it's publicity, but let it be properly done. Lagos shorts Ladipo market over filth and other offences. Page 7 of The Guardian tells a detailed story of this. We're done with The Guardian. Now the Vanguard, Saturday Vanguard. Kills Daniel Ashake, Chike at Glow. They become Glow ambassadors. There was a big ceremony that officially inducted them as Glow ambassadors yesterday in Lagos. Side by side, sharing the same page is a Labour shans parley with the federal government. Nationwide strike looms. Dade Jonathan Lumumba Oluwabori gathered in Bayelsa for Africa. Secret negotiations with bandits. Stop playing politics with our lives. Northern leaders warn federal government and Zamfara government. Say it's insanity to engage in negotiations that never worked in the past. Negotiations will further embolden terrorists, so don't even give any reason to do that. Edo 2024, process of seeking my successor must be fair, equitable, and inclusive. Obaseki has spoken after, so, quite a lot of speculations have gone back and forth. That was what actually caused the problem between him and his deputy. But I'm happy that the deputy has beaten the humble pie and has apologized to his successor, to his principal. But the man is saying, no, you're from the north of Edo State, which is virtually ruled Most of the leaders from Edo State have come from that portion. Let's spread it. Let's give maybe the Central, let's give them a chance to also poach for it. Oborowari wins. Omoagege reacts, of course. I mean, anybody who loses will react. And the man who was won is rejoicing. That's the story in Delta State for now. Don't forget that today, in some hours from here, we'll know where the pendulum of victory will go in the petition of, the tribunal petition ruling that concerns Ogun State governorship election. Navy arrests 8 stowaways inside Europe-bound ship. Page 25 gives us this vivid, story of that. Sam Larry opens up on Mobad. Wow. And let's now talk about the BBB Niger. My daughter disappeared after winning 100 million naira grand prize. Fina's father cries out. That's on page 18. That will make a very interesting read, especially at weekends, and when you have little or nothing to do, you can relax with that one. Nigeria at 63, where we went wrong. Abakoba Okorie or Shuntokun speak. We'd like to see what they've said. Page 9 of the Vanguard gives us an expose of that. Now, this day, for today, the 30th day of September 2023, a very special day in the life of my wife of 42 years. She turned 66 today. Princess Folashade Tarakalitu Olatilo. Ne City. I remember we got married 42 years ago in Ibadan, where we first met. And we're happy that we have 5 children, 4 grandchildren, and we're still counting. Congratulations. If you remember last year, it was a big one. That's when she turned 65. But at 66, I would rather want my children to be the ones to take us out on either lunch or dinner or wherever. But it's open for to them to decide. But congratulations, the First Lady of Biscon Communications Media Network. Prayer warrior in the house. Yes, what does this day say? FAC disburses 1.1 trillion naira to federal government, states, and local governments as August revenue. 133 billion naira more than 966 billion naira shared in July. Balance in the excess crude account now $473 million. That's encouraging. Good. Tinubu returns from Abuja to Abuja from Paris. He jetted out to Paris from the United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York, where he made his very first appearance, wearing the flag of Nigeria. Shetima, federal government committed to creating inclusive economy and prosperous Nigeria. That's the vice president who stated the commitment of the federal government in creating an inclusive economy. That was at the special symposium organized to celebrate Nigeria at 63. I can also see Sultan of Sokoto here, His Eminence, Mohammed Sa Abubakar, and the Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barao, at the public lecture and special Jumat prayer to mark Nigeria at 63. That was at the National Mosque in Abuja yesterday. Still celebrating Nigeria at 63. Remember, we have a big celebration tomorrow, but has been lowered. They call it a low-key celebration. And we'll see how it goes. But we will be there to cover and let you see what it is. Shell planned indefinite strike. Tinubu Sultan beg NLC and TUC. I don't believe they should embark on this strike in the next couple of days because the common man will suffer more than the leaders they are targeting. That's what Sultan is saying. And I think I want to chorus that along with you. and hoping that the NLC will just make, in the interest of a patriotic person, in the interest of patriotism, give us an independence gift and just say, no, okay, let's give government another time and let's see how it goes. Now we can see here, Cardoso assigns portfolios to 4 deputy governors. I can see that here. Well, I mean, you know, the governor himself, Olaimi Cardoso, and the 4 deputy governors were screened by the Senate, and they were giving the green light to begin work. So he, as the leader, is assigning portfolios. They've made a lot of promise, and I think it's just nice he begins to work to deliver that, because we're all expectant, actually. Now, Glow ambassadors. Glow unveils new brand ambassadors, Kiss Daniel, Ashake, and Chike. I can see all of that here. But I like what Glow is doing, making sure that they've decided to brand all their things in the Nigerian colors, green and white. Very colorful, by the way. All right. That's this day for us. Let's get a copy and munch it. And we'll do our own processing of all the stories there. Now, the Tribune. The very first story here. I feel sad each time I think of what Nigeria has become. Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, former Foreign Affairs Minister. Nominations open for 2023 Obafemi Awolowo Leadership Prize, page 2 of the Tribune, because that's the paper that the man himself established over 70 years ago. That's the fact. The Tribune happens to be the oldest surviving indigenous newspaper. Labor leaders still tell Nigerians, stock food at home, strike will be total. Page 5, aviation workers to shut all airports, Labour shuns Villa meeting, we're ready for troublemakers, Lagos police warns. Now let's go to demolition in Kano. Kano orders Kano government, a court orders Kano government to pay 30 billion naira compensation to some shop owners. Will appeal judgment. Attorney General of Kano State Government is saying, coup, poverty, poor election management have derailed democracy. Jonathan and Lumumba. That was at the special lecture put together by the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation in Bayelsa State. And quite a lot of Nigerians came out to pour their minds on how to move our country forward. Now let's talk a little bit of music here. Obesere is in the searchlight of the public. I have no regrets over any of my songs or actions. That's on page 3 of today's what do you call that? Saturday Tribune. It was the very first page. They call it cleared light. That's the focus on those in the entertainment industry. And this happens to be his own turn. They call him Paramount King of Fuji Music, Alhaji Abbas Akande Obesere, the Agbaki Abobagun of Yoruba land, in this interview speaks with Saturday Tribune Segun Adebayo about the current peace moves pervading the Fuji music industry, among others. Well, I mean, he says he has no regrets at all in any of the songs and actions he's taken so far. Well, let's see how it goes. We're not done with the Tribune yet. Why I'm in U.S. court against Tinubu, Atiku Vice President. Glow unveils Ashake, Kiss Daniel, Chike as ambassadors. Mohbad, Corona fixes October 13 for witnesses to appear. That's it for the Tribune. We go now to the Saturday Sun. Nigeria at 63. Ethnic nationalities renew call for restructuring. Regrettably, nation still wobbling at 63. Military arrests 8 suspected killers of Catholic seminarian and others. Peter Obi no economic activity can flourish with insecurity. Indefinite strike. Labor adamant. We're not aware of any court injunction. NLC-TUC is telling government will ground air travels nationwide. Aviation workers. Tinubu Sultan begged labor to shelve strike. And we also add our own voice from Biscon here. It's a strike that's not going to do all of us any good. Let's put us together and work it together. We can do that. How economic downturn bites hard on MSMEs. Those are the lower rung of the ladder in the private and the organized private sector. We're just trying to make a way for their families. Well, we hope all these things will work as time goes on. Nigerians bemoan unimaginable nightmares on collapsed federal roads, and we can see the ugly pictures of the roads all over the country here. Highways to hell. That's what the Sun titles this. And I'm hoping that with the kind of work the new Minister of Works is putting on, Senator Engineer Dave Umahi, I'm very sure that the roads will receive a new turnaround very soon, because I like his approach. He's going there himself to see things for himself. The last report of him was in Enugu, where the bridge collapsed, and he was there in no time. The governor had appealed. Hours after that, he went with his team to assess and promise that things will be done. That's the way this thing should be done. We want to congratulate you, and hope that others will also look at what you're doing and take a lead from it. FARC, federal government, states, local governments share 1.1 trillion naira for August, the fattest, the biggest ever. Government will say, well, that's the pros of the removal of the petroleum subsidy. We're ending with the Saturday Telegraph, and we begin with Mohammed Shua's son. Those who killed my father shot him 19 times. Says ex-general would have survived if he had his gun with him. Housing debacle. Agony of homeless Nigerians in slums under bridges. A special report on Nigeria 63. We cannot celebrate in hardship and poverty. Afenifere, Ohaneze, Pandef, ACF cry out. It's all about missed opportunities, mediocre leadership. Would tell me others lament state of the nation. Let's mediate, pray for Nigeria. Adeleke, we should celebrate our unity. Arewa youths. Now, that's what we have to take a special look at. Let's do special introspection to this. Nigeria mustn't fall during our own time. We must work together in such a way that Nigeria stays as one. Let's look at pages 2 and 4 of the Saturday Telegraph for all the stories. Let's look at other things. ECOWAS, Jonathan Lumumba seek to protect Africa's democracy. Why Pere and I fell out in Big Brother house, doing David, speaking out there, let's pretend, let's go a little bit to entertainment now. Democracy not best option for Nigeria, Bankole says we must find our own way, but military not alternative. I can agree with you. Anxiety in Ogun as tribunal decides Abiodun Adebutu's fate today. It is soon for calm as tribunal delivers judgment in Sokoto as well. NNPCL returns as sole importer of fuel, Ipman. And again, we're talking about FARC, federal government, states, local government share 1.1 trillion naira in August. And what the final word here is, don't go on strike. Tinubu Sultan begged labor unions, not even ordering them, but begging them. From here, Biscon TV will also beg you not to go on strike. give government another opportunity to talk things over with government. Government is really trying its best. It's a new government in power. Allow them allow them some time to breathe, just as you're asking them to give you some time to breathe as well. We end on that note, but once again, a big congratulations to my darling wife, Princess Folashade Tawakalitu Olatilo Nesidi. It's 66 years on earth today. We have been together for 42, well, I mean, more than 42 years, but got married 42 years ago. Congratulations, my dear wife. And as I said, my children were waiting for you to take us out to celebrate us. We've done more than celebrating you, our children. Let's now sit back and get you to do it for us. My name is Bisi Olatilo. Thanks very much for being a part of this.